Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. I was hanging out with a client today and who had previously been on one of my podcasts talking about the Eagle Cap Wilderness, where his friend's son and his friend had actually come across a Bigfoot at one point. We were chatting today about a few topics and he goes, "Hold on." And he pulls out his phone. And I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "Look at this images that one of my friends gave me." And I go, "Okay." So I'm looking at it, and at first I kind of go, "What is that?" But before I show you guys, let me show you kind of what area it was. So this is kind of Unity, Oregon. And the pictures that I have had a information, time, location on them. So it said it was actually from 2016 and Unity, Oregon. He said it was kind of over in that Eagle Cap Wilderness area. And when you look it up here, it actually rings true if you zoom out from Unity, Oregon. You're definitely getting in that kind of territory where I keep getting a lot of reports. And before I show you the pictures, there was another guy that a client was cutting his hair the other day, and he is about 80 years old. I've talked to him a few times, but this was the first time we had talked about Bigfoot. And he starts telling me, "Yeah, I've gone elk hunting over here in like the Blue Mountains." And back in, I think he said the 70s, he's seen a really large one. And I go, "Oh, wow, what color is it?" And he goes, "Well, it was like multicolored, like a wolf, like different colors of gray." And then the older gentleman goes on to say that he still goes elk hunting to this day. He's actually going to be going there pretty recently. He might have already gone. And said that his son-in-law never believed him about Bigfoot. Until recently, they went hunting over there and they were sleeping, camping out in their RV. And I guess one of the Bigfoots went up and was shaking their RV. And so now the son-in-law believes him now. But anyways, generally in that area, and those are just a couple new reports that I have. So anyways, let's go on and I'll show you the pictures. So yeah, at first I was kind of like, what is that? So I saw this and I had no idea what I was looking at. But if you zoom in, zoom out. So this is actually forest fires. And he said it was actually taken by a firefighter, so you can tell all the burnt logs. And I'm going to zoom in here. And he said it looked like the Bigfoot was actually like covering himself in ashes, according to the report. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. Kind of looks like he's hunched over. But yeah, pretty interesting picture there. Take a good look at it. And then here's another one. This one's really good. So again, you can tell if you look at all of the logs here, it's all burnt and ashy. Let's zoom in on this one now too. When I saw this, I was like, what? It's so much darker than the trees around it. When you zoom in, it's almost like you can see a face and eyes, like right here. So right there it seems the clearest, but if you zoom in a little bit more, just a little bit more, and you can tell these kind of lighter areas seem to be tree leaf type stuff, but then this right here kind of matches that. But if you look like right here, it almost looks like to me like a wider nose and an eye. And if you kind of look at this pixelation right here, it's a lot lighter, somewhat lighter than this outline, which would be like maybe a dark hair kind of area. If you kind of go back, and if you look at the shoulders too, it kind of goes in line with it being broader, possibly a convex head shape. So yeah, I just wanted to share this. And just the whole body size of it seems pretty broad. And it's definitely looking right at the person taking the picture there, so that's pretty interesting. I think this is the one too where it was the other one. It almost looked like there could have been another one up in there. I think it was this one. Let's take a look. Yeah, I noticed this right up here. I'm not sure, but it kind of looked like same kind of pixelation and darkerness, like right here, and that same kind of, almost like one was up there watching. And I don't think he noticed that when he gave me these photos today. But that's kind of interesting right here. But if you look at the detail on this too, it looks like hair. Like all this right here. It's definitely really interesting. Well, let me know if you notice anything about this. I think I'm definitely going to be emailing these over to probably Sasquatch Theory with Miguel. And then Bigfoot Society with Jeremiah, to see what the experts think about it. But yeah, I was really excited to get my hands on these and kind of get them out there in the community. I think this one's definitely my favorite. And then I did do like a little photo enhancement. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool too. So, and what I did to do this, in case anyone ever wants to do this, I went on Lightroom, which is a Photoshop from Adobe, and I messed with clarity, dehaze, and texture, and then that really brings it out. And then you can also mess with white and black contrast and stuff like that, and then it just kind of brings some of the features out. So now when you do that, whoa. Definitely looks pretty interesting. You look at it from afar. Yeah, it definitely kind of has sort of a nosy kind of picture there. But yeah, this is from a firefighter in Oregon. And then I also looked up, just to check my resources, there was wildfires in Unity in 2016 around that time that the photo had a stamp on it too. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of reports from this kind of area right over here. And I want to say the Eagle Cap Wilderness is kind of right over in this area too. And then the Wallowa. I know that there's been some reports of that area. I think recently on Bigfoot Society. He had, I want to say, a woman that was talking about a lot of reports over there. So yeah, this definitely seems to be quite the hot spot. Then here's the actual road that this photo is pinged. So I don't know if maybe in here where it's looking kind of burnt, like really burnt, would kind of make sense. So yeah, I mean, it definitely lines up. And the guy I was talking to today that actually gave me the footage, the pictures, said, you know, he's a pretty serious guy. Doesn't have any reason to sit there and just make stuff up. So, and I was the one that brought it up and was talking to him about it. So, yeah, anyways, I thought I'd share that with you. I thought these are pretty cool. But yeah, I'll try to get these over to a few more experts to analyze them if they'd like. See if they can clean them up some more or want to share them on their channel as well. I just want to help get the community, get it out there and share what I find and what I know. Well, I know I haven't been on in a while, but it's good to see you guys, and yeah, here's a cool update. Have a good one.